God damn, man. I just recorded a whole 30-minute video and I was out of focus. Round two. You ever realize that the person that you've been holding on to might have actually been your biggest distraction? Like, deep down, we knew that they weren't the one, but we still tried to make sense of the situation. And that's exactly where I'm at. And unfortunately, well, actually beneficially, it's teaching me a lot more about myself than it is of her. I'm noticing we're in a generation of healers. Everybody and their mama is claiming to be healing from something that happened in their past, whether it's a person, a place, a situation, whatever. Everybody's thinking that they're missing a part of themselves that they have to go on a search for to find, as if it's not already right there. A lot of us started mistaking fun and fast lifestyles as healing instead of actually going within. And then we wonder why we start attracting the same type of situations and the same people in our life. The bankroll don't change your emotional intelligence level. There's nothing that you do career-wise, maternally, no car, no person, no nothing addresses your internal. You, at some point, you have to go within. For example, my coping mechanism is work. Whenever I start to feel an immense sense of heartbreak, I will start working my ass off. And that will put me in situations where, yes, I'm manifesting materially day by day. But as I'm doing that, my mental health is declining. It's like a scale. Yes, I'm making more. Yes, I'm doing more. Yes, we getting exposed to more. But as I'm getting further in that, I'm getting closer to wanting to off myself. At some point, you have to actually learn how to heal because nothing outside of you is going to change anything. You have to address your inner psyche. What do you want? What do you believe in? What is your perspectives? And actually stand in that a little bit. Stop being so swayed by society and the things outside of you. You are your compass. You are your inner guidance system. You have to trust that. It's like an underlying insecurity that tells us we were rejected because we weren't enough. So the ways that we work through that is by trying to manifest materially to hide the lack of self-esteem that we hold internally. Once you realize that it don't matter what we touch, what you do, whatever you do, your internal stays the same. You're still the same person. Whatever the fuck I just did, none of that mattered because internally, I'm still the same exact person. I was just an expression. That was just an expression of my inner being. That's it. Are you getting what I'm saying to you? You know what's crazy? I actually believe that any relationship could work when both parties were actually taught how to actually fucking being one. Once you're actually taught communication, once you're actually taught your attachment issues, your attachment styles, and all these other type of things, you start realizing that a lot of these breakups weren't because of any type of incompatibility or lack of chemistry. It was the consistent bad communication and lack of awareness of your own attachment styles, bugging out on somebody when you had no business doing that, detaching from somebody, being avoidant when you really needed to get close. You know, how many of you guys have actually sat and started to learn your attachment styles, avoidant versus anxious attachment styles? If you're an avoidantly attached person, the moment somebody starts getting close to you, the moment you're like, I kind of like you, but this is making me get very vulnerable, you're going to sprint the other way. It's not going to be no casual. You're going to sprint. You're going to start blocking people. You're going to start starting arguments. You're going to start finding problems where there's not problems. You're going to do everything in your power to put some distance in that space because you don't like the feeling of getting into a space where you feel like you might lose control. Now, on the flip side of that, the anxiously attached person, nigga, they're doing everything in their power to make sure that your attention is on them. Please see me. I will sacrifice my love. I will sacrifice my mental health. I will pour myself into you. Like, I think about you all day. Like, you are my love. You are my life. You are my everything. You are going to fuck yourself over. Unless you attract somebody else who is anxiously attached, then, maybe you guys might just actually be able to live under each other's armpits for the rest of your life, and that could work. But our inner child typically attracts our opposites. If you're an anxiously attached person, chances are you're going to start running to the avoidantly attached person because they seem a little bit more secure in themselves, quote unquote. Vice versa. If you're an avoidantly attached person, you're going to start running to the anxiously attached person because you want to feel that sense of connectivity. What the fuck is two avoidant people being in a relationship going to do? It's no relationship. It's just two people doing their own thing. Man, y'all need to address what the fuck you've actually been taught and how you've been living, and it'll help you be in relationships and build certain things, because I promise you a lot of it is not the lack of chemistry or lack of compatibility. It is your lack of awareness. Why the hell can't I say compatibility right? Jesus. Something I really want to make clear to you guys is a connection with no clear direction is going to show as a situationship. Period. Point blank. If you're getting into something and nobody knows what's going on, Nobody has an understanding. You just know that it feels good. You kind of like this person. You're just going with the flow. You finna fuck yourself. Intentionality is everything. You guys got to start paying a lot more attention to how people are acting, not their words. Man, relationships be easy. You'll be surprised how easy certain things flow, how quick y'all progress to the next level when you're with somebody that's aligned to you. Oh my God, it just be like, oh, it was that easy? I was full the whole time. I was loved the whole time. I just had to get around the right shit. Oh, when I was around this person, they were making me work for their relationship. They were making me work for their attention, work for their love, because deep down, they weren't even sure that they wanted me. Oh, that's why that shit felt the way that it did. It literally takes awareness and you going through the shit and seeing the contrast. I really hope and I pray everybody who watches my videos or come across me gets to experience at least one healthy love, because then you at least get to see, I don't think I'm tripping, because I've experienced otherwise. I'm not tripping. Now, this is for my ambitious lovers out there. You know, the ones who have big goals, they trying to be on their hustle, they grinding everything, but they also hold their heart very close to them. You got your heart literally tatted on your sleeve. The closer that you get to your goals and the more material success that you achieve, watch the same people who deprived you of intimacy start coming back and wanting to be eager to try to give it to you. They sense that higher vibration and they know they fucked up. And then that type of energy naturally brings in the people that didn't appreciate it. You're going to have instances where you have a lot of orbiters. You're going to have people who try staying just close enough to you, so just in case you do something, just in case your life elevates, they are still in contact. They can still benefit from knowing you, from being associated to you. It's crazy because when you have more, people think that you're supposed to provide more, which is causing this fucked up situation, because in a world where we're telling everybody, you deserve nothing but the world, sweetheart. You deserve nothing but the world, bro. You should go after everything, like everything's yours. Nigga, we're creating opportunities. People who are going after the best of the best, and they're not even the best of the best. Ain't that some shit? You want a 5-star nigga and you not a 5-star, vice versa? Come on now. It don't work like that. And you know what's crazy? This leaves a lot more people waiting for people at the finish line rather than actually helping them cross the line. This is causing more cheerleaders than we have players. Especially when we start looking at our counterparts, our women counterparts, they don't view risk the same way that we do. They would rather avoid the risk completely and secure their stability. Their security is most important, not that fucking risk. So when it's viewed as a risk to invest into somebody who doesn't necessarily have it yet, you're going to start waiting on them to figure. You're going to be like, I think you might have it. Yeah, you got kind of close. Now I'll get into it. What the fuck? Fuck you. I swear, the longer that you feel unsure about your damn self and your own decision making, people are going to take that as an opportunity to sit in your energy and keep playing with you until you finally get to the understanding that you need to cut them off. And then once you cut them off, they're like, oh, well, I kind of expected that. I knew I was treating you like shit. I was just wanting to see how long you were going to let me keep doing it. Oh, you finally grew some balls. All right, well, my job here is done. That's really how some people will show up in your life. And until you realize that this motherfucker has no business in my life other than to trigger me, you're going to continue it. You're just going to let it keep happening. You're going to repeat the cycle over and over and over, and God forbid you marry the person. Jesus. My advice, honestly, is to stop investing and chasing after people who doesn't make it clear from the beginning that they cherish a spot in your life. If they didn't see your value, your initial value, that is very dangerous, because you're going to have to get into a situation where you're going to have to prove to them to see something that they should have saw from the beginning. If they didn't see it from the very first interaction, from the very first, just pull of energy, nigga, they weren't aware that they aren't at that vibration. You're going to have to try teaching them how to see and appreciate what you are. What the hell? Don't do that, because chances are they're probably not. They're sitting there looking at you like, why are you trying to prove yourself to me? Ugh. That's making me not like you anymore. That's making me not like you more. You guys got to start falling in love with the people who fell in love with the version of you now, not the potential that they see in their head. When somebody actually loves you for who you are in the moment, they help you grow because your self-esteem levels go up. But when somebody's comparing you to somebody in the future, you're going to be in a constant competition with her imagination. Nothing you do is going to ever be enough. Her or his imagination. Correction. You're literally going to be literally handicapped by the comparison of something that doesn't exist yet. They're comparing you to what's going on in their head, not what you're actually doing, not who you actually are. Whoever, if they're seeing the potential in you and they're banking on that, damn, that love is going to be based off of performance, and any love that is based off of performance isn't going to last. You have to do more to get more love. Love was a birthright. We were experiencing love when we came out the womb, period. We were born into love. You think I'm about to work into you? You think I'm about to ask for your love? Yo, yeah, fucked up. It's all just like the self-esteem game. If you have higher levels of self-esteem, you don't deal with certain shit and you don't accept certain shit and you don't do certain things, because it's always a vice versa. By you subjecting yourself to situations that aren't for you, that's only lowering your self-esteem. You're disrespecting yourself first and foremost, but then you're also disrespecting the other person when you accept and choose to push yourself in something like, let's say, a situationship. You know you don't want that person, because if you did, you would have said, nigga, I don't want no situationship. Come here. I'm about to get on the knee. It wouldn't have been no games. But the fact that you aren't even at that headspace, you're bullshitting her. She could have been found her nigga. He could have been found his queen. Period. Something. But no, we're holding on to people because of our own selfish needs. Let go. So y'all, please choose your partners wisely. It's going to have such a big impact on how you live your life, how you see your life, and the things that you, just everything, life in general. Your environment is the end all be all in a lot of things. If you feel like you're stuck in a situation like that, it's because a part of you feels as if you deserve the situation that you're in. And if that's the case, that's the part of you that you need to start addressing first. That's the part of you that you need to start healing expeditiously, my nigga. Why do you feel like you deserve bullshit? And really ask yourself that. And then not accept the people who are bringing nothing but that to your life. Step aside. Now, you're going to have a little bit of confidence. You're going to have to, you feel me? You're going to have to really rely on yourself and God at certain moments. But damn, nigga, love yourself. The very first step to healing is exposing yourself to new information. And that is exactly what you are doing by watching this video. So before I go any further, I want to say congratulations for actually taking the first step to better your fucking life. That was a big step. Nobody told you to click this video. Nobody told you to be open and receptive to this type of information. So congratulations. You're taking steps that a lot of people aren't taking right now. Now, if you guys want the study material that I created that literally helped me bring vision, alignment, a little bit of self-awareness, just peace into my life, I got all of that linked down in the description. You know I got y'all. But other than that, you guys got to make sure y'all subscribe to this channel too for more free study content like this video, because I'm going to be posting these like my life depend on it. Y'all need it. Y'all need the game. Y'all need the sauce. So with that being said, man, I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. And I will see y'all in the next video, man. I really hope my camera wasn't out of focus this time.